Cage, what an interesting end of season. There'll be over 30 assistant coaches that will move from the AFL coaches box into other coaches box. Some, of course, will step out of the coaches box altogether.
Yep.
Now, I spoke with a couple of AFL coaches on the weekend. I actually sat down, spent a considerable amount of time with one, asking him why he thought that was happening. Now, the reasons are that obviously now closed sessions, so they can't get in and see some of the things they used to see. So grab an assistant coach. Not only do you get to find out what's going on in the closed sessions, you get all the intellectual property that club's got. Some of the clubs, of course, play really well against other clubs, so you get that intellectual property as well. You get all the information on what their players are up to and how they used to prepare and scout against other teams. So don't worry about targeting the players anymore, Cage, or sending your scouts out. Now it's just a case of recruiting an assistant coach that's been in a previous program.
But surely the coaches that are involved, the senior coaches involved, they know that if they lose an assistant coach and he's going to another club, he's automatically going to inform that coach of what sort of things I do. And as a consequence, you would change your closed sessions.
Well, you can't change everything though, Cage.
No,
that's the problem. You've got a core, and of course each year there's a bit of tinkering that goes on.
Then you've got to be good enough to implement those changes and make them work for you.
Well, we saw the Adelaide Crows do it here with Todd Viney, Cage.
Exactly.
They recruited Todd Viney to help them with the rolling zones and take that area.
No
now all the other clubs are doing that as well. So here's an interesting one for the people to ponder at home. Have a look at what Essendon are doing around James Hird. Have a look at what the Power are doing around Matty Primus and see which one you think is going to be in a better situation in the coach's seat.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Probably James Hird, I would suggest.
I would think and Essendon got more money, so they're putting more people around him.
See, but the Todd Viney one didn't work because we missed the 8.
Didn't miss the 8, so it didn't work.
So you've got to have other things.
Worked the year before, though. The year before it worked pretty well.
Last year it didn't work, so it just says to me, whilst that's an advantage, you've got to have other things going for you as well. Injuries.
Oh, no question. But what they're doing is they're getting the assistant coaches to get all that intellectual property now on other teams and individuals. So
it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Probably life expectancy, I think you'll find for assistant coaches, Cage, is about 4 years at a club, and then he'll move on to somewhere else.
Unbelievable. Like a bloody game of musical chairs.
All right, a lot of people saying the game, of course, Brisbane-Melbourne in China. Some saying it's a bust, some saying it's good. I think it's fantastic. What do you think?
No, I think it's superb. Reading the reports, I wasn't there, but reading some of the reports out of it, the amount of work that David Matthews from the AFL is doing in that area is enormous. Like they would have said years ago that we wouldn't have got a player to come over from Ireland to play Aussie rules football to win a Brownlow medal. Look, there's no doubt that they're going to have an academy there. They're going to hold coaching clinics there. What's the population of China?
A billion. Yeah.
Under a billion.
A couple of billion.
I've got no doubt down the track this will work for them. And they're spreading their wings.
I'm with you, Cage, and I've been pushing it all along. And you know that I've been saying they're going to get into New Zealand, they're going to get into China. You can see it.
7,000 fans.
It's not only a terrific crowd too, Cage, for a country that doesn't know anything about AFL footy. And they're going to start televising games into China now. So that's the big part. Obviously, if they could grab a couple of players long term and develop them to be stars in our game, that would open the door, just as Yao Ming did in basketball, of course, with the NBA. But it's the viewing audience that is the big one for the AFL.
Think of the money there. And look, full marks to the AFL. I've been critical in certain areas, but look, get out there and spread your wings, spread the game, spread the code. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It'll take time, it'll take some money, but hey, you don't stand still. You just move with it, boys.
Well, I reckon they've done well, Cage. They're into the Asian market.
Were you surprised at that?
Yes, by the number, and I thought it was a good following. First up, not too bad. Go into a country that knows nothing about your sport and see if you can draw 7,000 fans to it.
Wouldn't even know what the ball looked like, let alone the game itself.
They would have looked and said it's out of shape. And of course, my man Liam Jurra, sensational, Cage.
Kicked 5 goals. He is going to be a huge draw card this year. He obviously took a specky again in Shanghai, and he continued to do that throughout the year. Hey, they'll just rush to see.
I reckon he's magic.
Sensational stuff.